Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
And they let the families go in and shop, like they have it set up out at the fairgrounds in a big room, and the families can go in and shop and pick up different Christmas
that's
gifts.
wonderful.
And they're the only organization in the area that does this for teens. Everybody else cuts it off, I think
I
at
think
12
so.
or something like that, so. Sorry, it's 4:30, I mean.
Shall we? All right, let's go ahead. Are we live? We are. Okay. All right, let's call this Monday, December 2nd, 2024, meeting of the Executive Committee of the Waste Reduction District in Monroe County to order.
Sorry, hold on, give me, I hit a button when I moved the remote.
Oh, now we're gonna watch a movie.
We get to vote.
I like the original one of that.
I think we're still on Teams, but we're not watching it.
Oh, dear. I'm telling you, it's movie time.
Now we're getting somewhere.
The county has this set up nicely here. Netflix and Hulu.
It's probably the TV itself, right?
There we go.
TV
Yeah.
probably has.
Yeah, you probably have to log in.
I know we're on.
PC, if you go to, yeah.
Now we're
Okay, we are back. All right.
Do you hire out as a consultant, Joseph?
So I'll just note that Commissioner Penny Gibbons, Councilmember Isabel Piedmont Smith, and myself, Jeff McKim, are all present in the room here. So next we'll go on to the approval of the Executive Committee meeting minutes from November 4th, 2024.
Approval of the executive committee executive committee meeting minutes from November 24th, 2024.
Motion?
November 4th.
November 4th.
Yes. Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. Any comments that haven't already been provided?
I provided a few minor
Yeah, I have.
revisions to Tom.
typo corrections in this version.
Okay.
I said you.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Review of Board of Directors meeting minutes from November 14th, 2024. Anything you want to call attention to in particular?
Not particularly. Again, had a few suggestions for typographical grammar corrections and got those incorporated into the version that's ready to go into the board meeting packet.
Great. Okay, well, this isn't a voting item. Any other comments that haven't already been provided?
Nope.
All right, we'll move on to item number 4, resolution 2024-11 to amend service agreement for multi-dwelling complex composting pilot program.
Yeah, again, still waiting on opinion from city. But it's here, asking that we, do what we've done the past couple of months. Well, I mean, I hate keep pulling it off the agenda, but on the off chance that they respond prior to the board meeting and we can move forward, we want to have it on the agenda.
Have you just been communicating with Sean Mia?
Mhm.
Maybe I'll reach out to her and see.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Person in
who,
legal.
yeah, I don't know who her liaison or the attorney in the legal department that she deals with is, so.
I
This
wouldn't
is
think
getting
would be
kind of
too
ridiculous.
controversial. Yeah,
It's a simple thing.
And I thought the mayor the last meeting indicated she was gonna follow it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see what you can do, and let's,
Yeah, thank you.
I checked with Sean again before Thanksgiving and she said she had not heard anything yet.
okay, yeah, ideally, we would like to just get this resolution passed, so anything we can do to get it through city legal.
I don't know how it would work if the board could pass it contingent on, but I'd hate for the city to come back and say, we agree, except we want this comma here.
As lawyers frequently want to do, yes. Well, anything we can do from the city side to figure out if there are any, if there are any actual issues that need to be dealt with. All right, but I assume we all agree we want to keep this on the agenda.
Yes.
All right, resolution 2024-12 to establish the 2025 district holiday schedule.
Yeah, brought back as requested with an adjustment to the holidays for the rural sites so that it better reflects the abbreviated schedule that those employees work. Would note for the record, it just, on page 14 is an updated chart for you, and it kind of is what it is. And, you know, we're as low as we can go. The Monday, Wednesday employees have 6 holidays fall on that schedule. And I think either this year or last year, I think they had 7 holidays fall. So, you know, we are, I agree that prorating it is the right way to go, but there are just going to be years where it's only going to be able to go so low. And we're just going to, you know, in my mind, we want to make sure that the 2 different schedules get the same number of holidays granted. And we'll just have to add floating holidays, but there'll be years where it's going to be what it is because of how the holidays fell.
So, last year they got 7, or this year?
I don't remember if it was, I don't remember if it was this year or last year, but I know that.
So it's not gonna be a total shock to them when they get 6, it's not like.
Well, no, I just know they had 7 actual, one of the schedules had 7 actual holidays fall on their work schedule. But then they were granted floating holidays that got them up to, you know, 8 or 9, whatever it was, to get the hours equalized.
Okay.
So this is going to be, as when you look at a number of days, there's going to be a 3 or 4 day per year reduction, depending on the schedule.
What did we have in the first version? Was it?
We basically had them 100% of the paid holiday hours, I think.
Yeah, they were right there, 102 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 102%.
Yeah.
And how many days was that?
Yeah, was that 9 or did they go all the way
Well,
up to
it was 10, and it was 102.7% relative to 40 hours.
So this would be a reduction of 4 paid holidays then.
But this prorates it based on
And then just
number of hours that they work.
for reference, this year, the Monday, Wednesday schedule actually had 8 holidays that fell on their work schedule. And that would, you know, so there's just going to be years where, you know, they're going to get,
They're gonna get lucky.
ratio wise, they're going to get what's going to appear to be an extra number just because, you know, we can't take away the holiday.
Can't make them work when
I
the
guess
center is closed.
Well, we can, our policy says we can, it just costs a lot of money.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I'd say I agree in the abstract. This is probably the right way to do it, but I don't like the idea of taking away benefits from employees. I really have a problem with that.
As we discussed at the meeting, it's been talked about before, but, and I can't remember, you know, whether it was 2 years ago or 3, but it has been talked about before, but nobody's ever wanted to pull the trigger, you know, probably for that same rationale. And it's, you know, again, we don't have to do it. We can go back to what was originally proposed, but it was brought up at the meeting, to look at prorating it based on the 23 versus 40 hours a week. So that's what you have in the packet.
Yeah, I mean, and if you were designing a new policy de novo, then I would think that this is fair. But often taking away benefits from employees doesn't necessarily go over well.
Yeah, it's like we're trying to correct an error that was made way back when, because I don't think it ever should have been exactly the same number of days.
We can present it both ways at the board meeting and let the board decide what they want to do.
Or we could
And
compromise.
that's kind of what I'm thinking, because that's a substantial cut. I'm wondering if we could phase the reduction in over time or something like that, or just, yeah, go partway down and then towards a proration.
Six right now. It was originally going to be 10 days. So if we went to, if we took them, I mean, it's easier for me to do this in days. If we took them to 9 total holidays, that would be 92.4%. Paid holiday hours relative to admin. If we took them to 8, that's 82.1%. If you want to look at doing it incrementally over the next couple of years or something.
I mean, 8 seems more fair to me. But I'm interested in what you all think.
I was the one that suggested that it be prorated, and I still kind of feel that way. And I think that Tom successfully advocated for a nice pay jump for everybody there this year. It was much better than what county employees got. I don't remember what the city provided to staff. We're totally overhauling our compensation system, so it's hard to compare. Yeah. So, I'm fine with taking it to the full board.
And I mean, we can, what's in the packet can be taken to the board. The board can always choose to amend any part of that before they vote on it. To add or subtract floating holidays in anywhere to any schedule.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'm fine with that. Isabel,
I'm doing some math over here, and it seems like, according to my math, they should be getting 7.5 days off. 6. If we do the proportion, so the proportion of 23 hours to 40 hours is the same as the proportion of 7.48 days to 13 days.
We gotta remember their day's 11.5 hours.
So that's, okay, that makes a difference. So then, yeah, so then the 6 makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I am opposed to just giving them the 9 days or whatever, but wait,
10, right?
Did we say 10 before?
Tom had suggested either 8 or 9. If 9 would give them.
The original, I believe, was
over
10.
100.
Yeah, but I think that's what she says. Yeah, what we had on the table last week or last month was 10.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think I could vote for that. I might consider phasing it in or going with the most fair system, even though it hasn't been implemented previously, which I think is a prorated system.
Well, so then it makes sense to go with 6 or to go with this and then see how it fares at the board, and some members may attempt to raise it. I might, for example, attempt to raise it.
Again, yeah, I mean, there can always be a motion made to amend the resolution and add or subtract floating holidays wherever someone sees fit before it's voted on.
I said, I don't disagree that the endpoint that both of you, I think, are supporting is the right endpoint. I'm just, it's getting there that I'm struggling with.
I understand.
Very few people that work 23 hours a week get full health care benefits and things like that
Yeah,
too, though.
they already
This is
get
a very
Good
generous benefits package.
It is.
I don't know, I mean, Joey, you're their supervisor. Do you think we're gonna have a revolt on our hands?
No pressure.
I'm gonna hear about it, but
We'll hear about it.
yeah, but I don't think anybody's going to revolt. I mean, there's gonna be some complaints,
Grumbling.
but
Yeah.
And we're not telling anybody they have to work on an observed holiday.
yeah.
Or in essence, you're taking away a benefit or reducing a benefit.
Right.
But that benefit is additional time off without having to use your paid time
Yeah,
off.
they also earn a paid time off pretty good for working 2 days a week. Most of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree the benefits of working at the district.
You're right, but we're where we are. precedent is what it is and making any reduction.
Yes. I mean, they're going to complain, obviously.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't hear anyone proposing anything other than including it in the board packet as it exists now. Is that correct?
I think that's fine, and maybe in your cover memo, Tom, you can remind people that amendments can be proposed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to leave it with the total of 6 between observed and floating, a total of 6 days for the rural site operators.
Yes.
With the board being advised of the ability to change that if they see fit before the resolution is voted on.
Yes. I don't want to get too far into this, but is there any way in which a floating holiday can be seen as more valuable than just a Monday holiday? Because for me personally, I get a lot of Monday holidays that I don't necessarily care that much about. I'd rather a floating holiday.
Yeah, I mean, because a floating holiday, you have
Friday.
the advantage of taking that at your leisure, not on the actual holiday. I mean, the holiday is what it is. You take that day off. You don't get to decide, I want to take July 4th on July 6th.
And we have staff that grumbles the other way where they don't get as many floating holidays as the opposite of them. So, they would rather have that day available. So it goes both ways. But I'm with you. I personally would rather be able to take the day off with a floating than, a day that doesn't mean a whole lot to me or my family's not around.
Right. Yep, agreed. Yeah, like a lot of people with kids might want to take it while MCC or where the school system is off.
Fall break or spring break or whatever, yeah.
I'll have to figure out if I'll make a motion at the board to increase it a little bit, and somebody else may as well. All right, anything else on this topic?
Okay, so we're leaving it as 6 observed for Monday and Wednesday, 3 observed, 3 floating for Friday, Saturday. That's what we're going to put in the board packet. Okay.
All right, RFP for recycling, processing, MSW disposal, and material hauling services.
Yeah, I mean, this is really, it's kind of in there just because for a reminder that it's there. We need to have it on the agenda for the December meeting. Joy and I have sometimes independently and sometimes together been going through things and crunching numbers and at this point, I can say both received proposals were complete. All the required documents and information was there. As you can see, we did have to send out some requests to clarify a few things. What was put in there is still pending without being specifically identified, but I did get that information back this morning. We are ready to complete our review and our number crunching and have information to go into the board packet for the December meeting.
Now, my concern about the December meeting is that right now, from what I understand, both the mayor and the president of the Board of Commissioners are not going to be at that meeting. And I don't like the idea of this major decision being made with both the mayor and the president of the commissioners absent and 2 of us short timers making the decision. I'm concerned about that.
Weren't we looking for an alternate date?
Yes, that concern was expressed, and that's why we put out an email to see about rescheduling. I was informed this morning that the mayor is unavailable that following week, where I had dates that were proposed to meet. Commissioner Thomas has indicated availability for the times, some of the times that were proposed. But again, we're back to the original concern that was expressed that at least one of them, it appears, is not available at the times that we put out to meet, and beyond what's been proposed, we can't go later. We get into holidays, the Christmas holidays and stuff. The other, from my or staff's perspective, the other side of this is that if the board elects to move forward with one of the proposals that was received, then we get into having to, put a contract together based on the proposal that was selected. And under the terms of the RFP, proposals only have to be valid for 90 days from the date they were opened, which was October 31st. So if we don't have a contract before the end of January for the board to approve, proposals can be pulled. So we also have the timing of having the board together, and if the board votes to move forward with one of the proposals, we need time. We get a contract together to bring back to the board in January around holiday schedules.
All right. Well, what do you all think? I mean,
and then also with regard to the request for availability to reschedule, have not heard anything from Commissioner Jones or Ellisville Council Member Swafford.
Might be worth calling them.
I certainly can. I guess the question is, if the mayor is not going to be available for any of the proposed dates, do we still want to make an effort to reschedule so that Commissioner Thomas can attend, or do we just want to go back to the 12th?
Let's try to reschedule for Commissioner Thomas.
Yeah, at the very least, I think it's important that Commissioner Thomas be available.
And the mayor could, she could potentially submit a memo with her input, right?
She could. It could be read into the record. There's no proxy voting or anything that our bylaws allow for, but she could certainly submit comments and ask that they be read into the record.
She did vote in favor of releasing the RFP, right? She was at that meeting and voted affirmatively in terms of releasing the RFP. So she's clearly indicated interest in moving forward with that process. So, all right. I'm okay with that then, as long as if we can reschedule so that hopefully all three of the commissioners can be there.
Okay.
As well as myself.
Pick that up tomorrow and follow up with phone calls and try to
herd the cats.
All right, good. We'll get it done then. All right, community composting survey.
And this is in here due to comments, requests that were made. Mr. Winnie was providing the CAC report and gave an update on what the Organic Waste Task Force has been doing and working on. So this is the information that was readily available. I do apologize that after the packet was together and sent out, Mr. Winnie there's a map that's also available in the survey response database that he suggested that we include, that I did not get in there and already had sent the packet out. But I also, in providing the information, was also trying to ensure that we, did not identify any specific respondee by name, address, email, or anything like that.
Right.
But does that map show like those
neighborhoods that were most responsive. Is that what that was, or, okay.
It's like a Google map with pins on it.
Exactly.
It's interesting. It's a self-selected group, I think, that completed the survey to begin with, so.
But it's interesting that Ellisville is part of that too.
Yeah, and they weren't all necessarily right there together. I guess, it would, and, Ellisville's not quite like the city of Bloomington with regard to neighborhoods and stuff, but there were enough responses in the Ellisville area, and to me, it's a small enough area that it might be worth, if people are willing to drive 5 minutes, looking to set something up.
Well, in some neighborhoods, like Bryan Park neighborhood is very close to McDowell Gardens neighborhood, so there are some options for the tighter, the denser neighborhoods to incorporate some other folks.
And share the map if it's of interest. If, is the meeting public, right?
It is.
Okay.
The map's a good idea. I'm a little leery that might specifically identify somebody, depending on how good people are at looking at
Yeah, that is always a danger,
Yeah,
those sorts of maps, yeah.
But
Still small enough town.
I mean, I guess at this point, the task force, we have, looked at all of this, and, we're, I guess, getting ducks in a row to be able to start contacting the people that have identified themselves as being willing to host the compost. I mean, there's concern about getting, agreements in place and making sure that people know who's responsible for what, and, we don't want somebody to think they have free rein to, trespass on somebody's property because they're going to drop off their compost. There's some rules and criteria that will probably be specific to each location that we do this based on what the host is looking for or expecting.
There be any signage with the compost lot?
We haven't discussed that.
No, I guess what I personally envision as a potential would be like a drop-off box at the end of a driveway that would have branding on it where pails could be left, but we'd also discuss the possibility of it being added directly to the host's compost pile. So that was, yeah.
Well, I was thinking about hours that would be appropriate to do this and things like that.
Well, and that's part of what we were talking about, is getting some rules and criteria, and a lot of that is going to be dictated by the selected host.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it's at the end of the driveway, that would, the hours would be a lot more flexible.
Right.
If you're walking somebody's backyard, right? Exactly.
And I think that, the idea is to start small with just a handful of locations, and let's work the kinks out. What works, what doesn't work, what are we, where does the district need to step up with some assistance? Figure those things out before we really try to, get a whole bunch of these up and running.
That makes sense.
Well, I know that oh my gosh, the Spears, what is their urban farm called again?
Garden Quest maybe?
Garden Quest.
Yeah.
So they already take some compostables from their neighbors, so I don't know if
Yes,
they.
but they're focusing on the bokashi.
Oh, that's right,
Which
It's
is
different
a
method.
pretty, I don't know how unique it is, but it's a unique and specific method of composting.
Right, okay.
And that's not to say that, out of what we do with this, some people might gravitate toward bokashi, and that may work for them, and we can certainly connect those groups with Garden Quest, and if that's the direction that they want to go. I don't know, in my mind, it's, the goal here is not to dictate to people how they do this. The goal here is to get the food waste out of the waste stream.
Make connections.
And we just want to make sure that people are, complying with whatever state and local ordinances, rules are in place regarding it, that we're not doing something that's causing a problem or annoying neighbors and get it out of the way street.
Have we heard anything further from, and his name escapes me, the chair of the CAC,
Matt.
Matt, about the funding they had applied for from the BCOS, from the city sustainability grants program?
I have not, and I think that there was a hiccup with city legal. Does that sound right? I think that
I'm not up to speed.
I guess I don't want to put the blame specifically on legal or any one department or agency, but there was something, my recollection, because I was prepared to come to a BCOS meeting and talk about the district's interest in helping with, funding or whatever, we could partner with the city, similar to what they've done with us with the Back to Earth project. And things just kept getting delayed because somebody wasn't happy with something. And it wasn't what the issue wasn't the project or what was being proposed, it was how documents were worded. That was my recollection.
I just noticed in reading legislation that's coming up on our schedule that we're going to reallocate funds from unused sustainability grants. I was like, why did they go unused? Well, hopefully that can get sorted.
As far as I know, it's not been dropped. It's still hanging out there. So.
All right. Anything else about community composting?
Do you want this information in the board packet?
Sure.
With or without the map?
I think
Without.
not include the map.
Although it might be nice if we could show the map up on the screen, because I don't think people can then enlarge and.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I can, at least for reference, give you an idea of the distance of the zoom
Yeah,
of
there's
the map.
Not
So
really
it's-
any way to specifically identify somebody.
Yeah, I guess if you don't give them the ability to zoom. Then that's okay.
Yeah, it was just like a fixed image was what I imagined
Yeah.
being shared
I
from.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's not
that
gonna.
seems-
I could embed that on a page in the board packet and it wouldn't be a live link. Or
Yeah,
anything.
as long as you don't give them the link to it.
Right, right.
All right, so that's good. Scheduling January meetings for executive committee and board of directors.
It's a real glitch. Because this will be the executive.
Well, I know, and
It will on December 30th.
but we do this, we wind up in this spot every year. And it's to the point that, and I might even suggest that for those that'll be on the board next year, I can't even guarantee that that moving forward, when the board in January, when the board sets its schedule for the remainder of the year, that they go ahead and schedule that following January meeting. The board has met on the second Thursday for, I don't know how many years in a row now. And until that changes, or even just permanently set that schedule until a request is made to change it. I'm not sure how the city and county council or even the commissioner, there's a number of bodies that have regular meetings that just never change year to year. And can you schedule that in perpetuity? And
The county council's already voted on its 2025 schedule for the whole year.
so, but you do it every year.
Yeah.
So.
And when is your first meeting? Do you remember?
It would be whenever the second week of January is. The second Tuesday of January.
The second Tuesday, so not until the 14th.
Right.
We do have a meeting on the 8th. The second Wednesday. So it would be before the second Thursday.
Just get yourself replanted.
But the county council won't
Definitely won't be me on the county council.
So they won't be able to vote until the
No,
14th.
and again, and this comes back to what we were talking about earlier with the RFPs, you know, the issue that we have with scheduling the executive committee meeting is that under our bylaws, the executive committee sets the schedule for the board agenda. Now, there's a caveat that if for some reason the executive committee can't or doesn't meet, that the board chair, in conjunction with the executive director, can establish the meeting schedule. But as of December 31st, we won't have a board chair. And we,
January 1st.
Midnight.
but with the RFPs, we need to have that January meeting. And I'm certainly comfortable and confident that I can set the schedule or the agenda by myself if I need to. There's not, other than the RFPs, everything's going to be the same recurring agenda item, barring unforeseen circumstances, but.
Could we have the meeting on the 16th of January instead of the 9th? Then we could have a county council member there.
Yeah, I think you've got your date wrong in this memorandum you sent out, because the second Tuesday, or second Thursday in January is gonna be the 9th.
Right.
When would be the 16th?
Yeah.
Maybe I the 2024 item.
Maybe 2023, come on, Tom.
Yeah, that kind of makes the problem go away.
Well, it eases it a little bit, because it still doesn't sell the
Well,
problem.
again,
like you're saying.
that could certainly be proposed at the board meeting. I mean, there are,
Because the Ellisville board, no, the commissioners have to pick the Ellisville person, right?
well.
But he's already
He's
picked.
he's a
It's a multi-year.
They appoint the seventh member, they appoint for 2 years, and
Yeah,
we're in the middle of that term, so
Oh, okay.
he's already appointed for
So it's just the
2025.
city council, which will probably meet on the 8th, and the county council, which will meet on
Meet
the
on the 14th.
14th.
So, yeah,
It would be normally the 9th that this group would, that the
Yeah,
waste would be the second Tuesday,
I
Second
mean,
Thursday.
or second Tuesday, I think.
yeah.
so, I mean, we could certainly be proposed at the board meeting. I mean, that's the other issue here is that the board needs to schedule it. I mean, I guess I can do it, but but it needs to be, it has to be noticed and all of that stuff. And I can pick a date and advertise that, but if nobody's available.
For the
For the board meeting,
For the executive.
For either, for both.
Oh,
do we need an executive, do we have to have an executive committee?
yeah.
We don't have to. Again, that's what
Oh, but then you,
it's the agenda,
just set
it's
the
the
agenda.
agenda setting, but
If we could delegate it to,
if the executive committee doesn't meet, the bylaws allow the executive director and the board chair to establish the agenda.
I say we propose to have the board meeting on the 16th, this third Thursday of the month, and just not have an executive committee meeting and delegate to Mr. McGlasson
Unless something unforeseen comes up, other than the RFP, it's just gonna be the minutes, the claims, cash flows, and department report.
these meetings that are recurring from year to year, they're always the same time.
The executive committee is the one that moves a little bit.
Yeah. So I just
A
think,
lot of Monday holidays too.
that's true. I think we have a plan unless, I mean, I would propose that to the board.
yep. I agree.
So, but in my memo, I will let the board know that the January 9th would be the normal day based on the recurring schedule that we've had, but the 16th has been proposed as an alternative to allow the city and county councils to make their appointments.
And that we authorize you to
Yes.
Set the agenda. Don't get power hungry now.
Agenda setting, so
Agenda
exciting.
setting, so much power.
Grant a bunch of floating holidays to the executive director.
That's just for them to vote on, not for you.
All right, well, then all of the items deemed appropriate.
I do have one, that I will thank Mr. Winya for shooting out an email, this afternoon, that we do have annual reappointments to the CAC.
Oh, yes.
That would be an issue with the 16th, because that would be the normal CAC
I
meeting.
was thinking about that.
Oh,
We could postpone that too.
But it's
Is it the
postponed
same
that, or,
time?
well, the board meeting would be at 4, the CAC meeting would be at 5:30.
Oh, yeah.
Shouldn't
Okay.
be an overlap there, but, so at any rate, you know, it's nice to be able to, he started, the email this afternoon was polling the membership to confirm interest in being reappointed. So we've got, 3 or 4 responses already. Assume that we have those responses in. It'd be nice to have those reappointments on the December agenda.
Sounds good.
how many do we have now on the CAC?
I think 6.
6. So if you know anybody,
Yeah, have to get some more people in there.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
All right, anybody have anything else?
did I forget anything, Joey?
Nope.
All right,
Okay.
okay, we're adjourned. Thank you.